Well, our next story is about a place that may not be all green, but it is truly a destination to visit. It's called Caribbean Court. It's only about an hour and a half north of West Palm Beach, but it's like a whole nother world. Take a look.
The moment you see the lush landscape and tropical treasure at the Caribbean Court Hotel in Vero Beach, you know that you have found a special spot. That is just what owner Boris Gonzalez felt 5 years ago.
I ended up finding this place. They were going to bulldoze it. And, it was in 2004, I guess, at the height of the condominium movement. And I was able to convince the owner that if instead of bulldozing it, he could just let me have it. And if I could save it, I'd save it. If not, I'd take care of the bulldozing.
It turned out Boris didn't need to bulldoze. In fact, Mother Nature helped him turn the hotel that few knew about into a visual vacation.
The hurricane came along, then we wanted to put in hurricane-proof roofs. We put in hurricane-proof windows, and ultimately, kept it a somewhat of a Key West kind of building. It's 100% concrete, so the building didn't get damaged. After the first hurricane, I still had pretty much a full hotel, just a very, very base clientele. They weren't looking for high-end anything. The second hurricane was a blessing in that, basically I lost power. So that way I was able to everybody left, and that gave me some time to start playing with the building.
Boris's idea of playing isn't what most of us would consider fun, gutting much of the facade, looking for pieces that would reflect his background and Cuban and Spanish descent. He used the colors normally seen in homes in those countries and went out of his way to get tiles, furniture, and paintings that all came from there.
It really wasn't that hard. The bones, I thought the bones were terrific. I guess maybe I was a little insane, because not that many people saw it. But it had a lot of arches, when it's totally bare. Like this courtyard right here, that, there wasn't, you could see walls everywhere, no plants. I thought just with dousing it in flora, and, with what we have right now, our colorful flowers, any time of year there's always something flowering. It was really tired. It hadn't been painted, so the stucco was rough. If you bumped against it, it would hurt you. Now we put enough paint on it so it's sort of plasticized. And then, of course, we just, went at it with a planting in here in Florida, a little sun, water, and a good amount of fertilizing, away you go.
While resort-like, it is not a big place. That's one of the charming things about it. The guests who visit often come back and bring friends and family. That is what the owners were hoping for when they took the gamble of creating a bit of the Caribbean in Vero Beach.
I think the best answer is just give yourself 3 days to just experience it. Some people come in a day, and in a day it's hard. I think if you spend 3 nights, there are a number of wonderful restaurants. We have one here on the property, but there are some other wonderful restaurants in town. There's some, there's a lot to see.
It's well